Well, I'm sure Diana is probably gonna have some new stuff to talk to us about, which should be interesting. I didn't want to move, but then my core suddenly tightened and made me sit up without waking the man next to me. I felt my legs move and bring me to my balcony window, where I opened the glass and stepped out onto the patio. I stared wide-eyed at Diana, who sat cross-legged on the railing of my balcony with her glowing gold-eyed stare upon me. I opened my mouth to object, but Diana stopped me.
Before you get all huffy, I didn't come here to take your precious man away. By the way, how was it exactly? Demons are the best lovers, after all.
I glared. What do you want, Diana?
Well, I wanted to extend a deal to you. I promise you'll like it.
I don't want any deals with you.
Not even to make Damien human?
I'm not giving you the boys.
I'm not asking for the boys this time.
Bleh. I stared dumbfounded as I looked at Diana. She rubbed her temple, clearly annoyed.
This whole trip has been a waste of my time and energy. All I want to do is go back home and take over my kingdom.
Fair enough. Then why don't you?
Because I need more energy if I want to even try to defend my home from that maniac demon lord. I may be brilliant, but I'm not exactly fortified to fight him.
I pressed my lips together in a flat line, not sure what Diana was wanting. Then I'm listening.
I'm willing to turn Damien human if you're willing to give me your energy and his.
Wait, what?
Simple, really. Give me the magic you're holstering in your body and let me take Damien's, and I'll be on my way, and you'll get a human boyfriend. A boring, plain, human boyfriend.
I couldn't believe my ears. Was Diana really offering this deal to me? How would you take this energy?
From you, a simple kiss will do. From him, that's a different story.
What do you mean?
I have to sleep with him.
The music just abruptly stops. We knew this is where this was heading. I almost lunged at her. She must have been joking. Her sleep with him? No way in hell. Diana held her hands up in defense.
What you humans don't understand is how we demons work. A touch is a mere sip of energy, while sex is a pure energy transferal. Perfect for humans. A really passionate love-making session would drain any demon of their energy.
But he's...
Yes, he's your man, but I need the energy and you want him to get his wish. We both win, get it? I'll even throw in a memory spell. He won't even remember it.
Can I not remember it? I grew enraged. How is she okay with this? How did she expect me to be okay with this? But what if he doesn't want it? I'm not going to let you
If Damien doesn't want it. Silly girl, do you not understand what he's willing to do for his humanity?
I froze. Diana smirked.
He's willing to have sex with me. He just won't say yes in front of you because he doesn't want to hurt you. It's rather pathetic.
I couldn't believe my ears. Was this the truth? No way. It couldn't be. Yet, at the same time, this made sense. This was why Damien was so silent the first time she asked him. Was it truly because he didn't want to hurt me, or was he actually not willing? Diana's voice broke my thoughts.
By the way, I'm not a total bitch if that's what you're thinking. I will ask him first before doing anything.
What? She was going to ask him? Why? You'll ask him? What if he actually doesn't want sex with you for his humanity?
If he says no, I'll just toss him back here and not change him. I'm not willing to do it with someone who will say no to me.
The way she talked about this deal annoyed me to no end. This was definitely a business deal, but this deal tore at my chest. Let him sleep with her and he'll become human. Don't and he'll remain a demon. I say let her. That's what he wants more than anything. I mean, I don't know. I'd be like, there's no love involved between him and her. his first was Angel anyway, so I'm kind of not bothered. I kind of would just let her. Damien's face popped back into my memory, reminding me of his desperate wish to become a human. I was able to grant it to him right here. Plus, all I'm really saying is, like, I'm fine with it. She's still going to ask him. He can still decide to say no. That's his choice. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Diana was a cruel woman. Fine.
Fine. Meaning you'll agree to my terms.
I agree to your terms.
Beautiful. Now.
Diana slid down from the railing and walked to me, gently running a finger up my neck to under my chin.
Your energy first.
I closed my eyes, not wanting to look at her as she kissed me. The kiss wasn't unpleasant by any means. In fact, I felt myself melting into the kiss more so than I wanted. Every single nerve in my body tingled as energy spiraled up my entire being and into Diana's kiss. Soon, I felt a little weaker and a little more vulnerable than I was before. Diana pulled away and smiled down at me.
Such an interesting human girl. Sad to see you give up your powers so easily.
Yeah, it's not just energy. There's something about her that we haven't fully learned as to, like, what's going on with her grandfather and why she's special and why she needs protection and stuff, but I'm sure we'll find that out at some point. It's for Damien.
Right. Now, speaking of the bastard son...
Don't say anything. Diana walked into the bedroom and towards Damien, looking down at his sleeping figure.
Oh, such a sweet thing.
How are you going to...
I'll enthrall him, take his energy, cleanse his body, make him forget, and then cast the human spell when he goes back to sleep. Simple, really.
And how am I just supposed to explain that he's a human in the morning? That's it?
That's it. I'll make sure there's no trace of me when I'm done.
I thought you were gonna ask him again, girl. Just do it before I change my mind.
As you wish.
Diana chuckled before snapping her fingers, making Damien vanish from my bed. I instinctively panicked, but caught a hold of myself, remembering what was going on. Remember to bring him back.
I will. A demon never goes back on their word.
And with that, Diana vanished. I felt my stomach churn in disgusting patterns at the thought of Diana with Damien. However, before I could even flex a muscle, Diana reappeared, adjusting her hair back to normal. What?
What? Oh.
Diana let out a small laugh as I raised an eyebrow.
I brought into an isolated tear between our worlds. There, time moves much faster than in reality, so I was able to take what I needed to be done.
Ah. Diana snapped her fingers, making Damien reappear in my bed as if he never left.
And there he is, clean and human.
Thanks for keeping him clean, I guess? I quickly ran to Damien's side, not sure what else to say. Diana sighed and popped a hip while crossing her arms at me.
Pity. Damien had so much potential, even for a bastard son.
Can you... Before I could speak more, Diana vanished into the air, leaving me alone with Damien. I looked around, a little paranoid should she just be hiding, but as I clarified to myself that she was gone, I looked at Damien and brushed a strand of hair from his face. Human. Something about this was bittersweet. He got what he wanted, but he had to sleep with Diana to get it. I slipped back under the covers and into Damien's arms, feeling him unconsciously hold me close to him. I cuddled close, letting sleep take over my mind. How were you able to fall asleep after all that, girl? I'd be up all night. Morning had come, and I was well awake before Damien. He was still in my arms, sleeping peacefully as if nothing had happened. One thing was for certain, though. He was human. He was no longer a demon. He was a human, as he wanted. How do we know that, though? I waited. Waited for Damien to wake. Waited to see him realize that he no longer had magic. I didn't have to wait long. Damien slowly opened his eyes, stretching and rousing up. I held my breath, waiting for him to make the realization. He wouldn't be able to read my mind. He wouldn't be able to use his magic. Damien's eyes landed on me and his face grew a happy smile.
More...
His voice instantly grew silent as he stared at me, his smile suddenly fading into a look of shock. His mouth opened, but his eyes showed his speechless surprise. Damien couldn't read my thoughts. Damien slowly sat up, keeping his eyes on me as if he was trying to figure out if he was in a dream. I gave a little smile to him. It was almost too cute to see him like this. Damien brought a hand to my face and ran it over my cheek. I closed my eyes, feeling its warmth.
I can't read your mind. I don't have magic anymore.
I opened my eyes again, smiling at Damien's surprised expression now. In exchange for my magic and energy, Diana gave you your humanity. I stared, going almost frightful as Damien's eyes began to water. His hand on my cheek lightly began to tremble. I didn't know if he was angry or happy, so I prepared for the former. I wasn't expecting him to grab me and hug me tight enough to press the air out of me. I gasped as I felt Damien hold me close and tightly. He was trembling, which only increased my fear. What melted my heart was the sound of Damien weeping into my shoulder.
I'm human. You made me human.
I made a good choice. I wrapped my arms around Damien, burying my face in his shoulder and nodding. You're human now, Damien.
Thank you.
Damien pulled away slightly and pulled me into a kiss, one that was passionate and full of love. I imagined it to be one of the greatest kisses of all mankind, for Damien's love filled every part of my body. I was happy. The rest of the story can almost be passed over. With Diana gone, my life returned to normal with school and my friends not remembering what had happened. It was as if magic never even appeared in my world. One thing was for certain, however. Damien loved me, and I loved him just as much. We had promised our lives to each other, and nothing was going to take that away from us, not even time itself. Our love was so powerful it practically overwhelmed me with joy every time I found him holding me close every morning. What was even better was that Damien was truly happy. He was human, as he always wanted, and he showed me his gratitude every day. The other boys decided to leave of their own accord. They knew that my future would only need Damien at my side, so they each decided to start their own lives in the human world. Damien understood perfectly, wishing his brothers the best. Besides, Damien was a human now, and he had found someone to care for. His brothers didn't need to worry about him now that he was caring for me. I felt bad as well, for being closer to Damien than the others, but they reassured me that I was okay, and that they would remain nearby should I ever need them. I was happy for that. They made me promise, however, that I would love Damien for as long as we lived. That promise was instantly given. But what of my future? Well, it was kind of made for me. Before I graduated, James decided to step into the light of the Anderson Toys Company, and, with the help of his demon powers and leadership charisma, he managed to influence not only the entire board, but my father as well into letting him run for CEO. I was beyond shocked. How James managed to do all that was beyond me, but when the vote was called, James had taken over the company I was destined to have. He vowed to respect the wishes of the late CEO and helped the company become an even grander company. For a demon, it was simple to make a company grand. My grandfather would have been proud to see how James helped it shine. With the CEO position filled, my father had no choice but to let me decide my future, which made me happy beyond compare. No longer would I have the future scaring me into a corner. I could choose my life on my own. That being said, I was still scared of where the future was going to take me. What did I want to do? Did I want to help James build the company? Did I want to venture off on my own? Damien reassured me that he would support me and help me through whatever I decided to do. I was grateful and would never forget that promise. I was happy, and nothing could shake me down from that happiness. One morning, a good couple of years after the boys and I had met, I had a moment to myself, so I sat in my room and took in all that had happened as if it was all a dream. The demons, the devils, the magic, it all was surreal to believe. It almost frightened me to think that it could have been all a dream. But the warm feeling in my heart reminded me that it was all real. The demons, the magic, the love I had, all real. I smiled as I held my hands to my chest, relishing in the feelings dancing within my soul.
Are you okay?
Just relishing feelings in my soul, dear. I looked up at last to see Damien by the doorway, smiling at me. I smiled back. I was just thinking.
Oh? What about?
I was just remembering how we met and such.
Really now?
Yeah, and I wouldn't change anything. I smiled in assurance at my own words. Everything I went through, everything I did for Damien, I'd do it again and 10 times over. Damien walked over and sat beside me, wrapping an arm around my shoulders.
You wouldn't change anything?
Nope. Damien looked at me with almost a knowing smile. He knew something. I just didn't know what.
I know about the real deal that made me human.
Shoot, how did you find out? I instantly felt myself go pale. He knew? How? Diana had put a spell on his memories to make him forget. What do you mean? Damien stood up and walked to my window, staring at it.
My humanity, in exchange for your energy. And mine.
I quickly stood up. Damien, I
know that you agreed to let Diana take my energy if she agreed to remove my memories and make me human.
Damien... I walked over and tried to reach out to him. I felt myself stop before even touching him. The choice was coming back to haunt me. I felt hopeless and powerless. I didn't know what to do. My heart was ripping itself in two. However, Damien looked at me with a smile.
Well, Diana didn't make me have sex with her.
What? Wait. Huh? Yeah. What? I looked to Damien, raising an eyebrow as he wrapped an arm around my waist and pulled me to his body.
She took my energy, yes, but through a ritual. Demons don't completely lose their energy through sex. So she decided I was not worth the lay and simply put me through a draining ritual, used only for demons who were going to be executed.
Diana, you continue to surprise me. But she made a deal.
She didn't have to remove memories if she didn't have sex with me. She still kept to her word.
So you've known all this time, and you never said? Oy. I was completely dumbfounded. I was played. I was completely and utterly played. That bitch. Damien laughed at the obvious anger on my face, pulling me close and leaning his forehead on mine.
Still, to think you'd make me sleep with her just to get my humanity.
Hey. You wanted to be human, and there was no other way I could think of. Damien kissed my forehead.
No. There wasn't any other way.
I'm sorry. Damien lifted my chin, making me look up at him. I felt completely guilty. I let him be taken over by Diana, and he could have slept with her, all for his humanity.
Don't be sorry. You wanted me to be happy. If anything, you sacrificed a lot more than I could have.
I pressed my lips together, not wanting to feel more guilt. I knew he was trying to make me feel better, but I felt utterly gross for letting that choice happen. Damien laughed before he kissed my cheek, making my guilt slightly shudder. How do you make your guilt shudder?
I understand why, okay? Please, don't beat yourself up over this.
I felt tears run down my cheeks. I didn't even deserve to be held by him. I felt sick to my stomach at myself. Tried to pull away, but Damien held me tighter, not letting me get away. No, let go.
Hey, calm down.
This is too real. I've had this happen with my husband. Where I'm like, I feel so guilty. I don't deserve you. And then he's like, what? Just stay still. I'm like, no. Damien pulled me closer, pulling my head to his chest and trying to soothe my crying. I gripped onto him, conflicted at myself. I wanted to get away from him, but I needed to hold him. Feel you, girl.
Diana thought you were very brave to make that decision.
Oh.
She respected you for making that kind of sacrifice. It's not easy to give the one you love away like that for their happiness.
This is true. Damien lifted my head once again, a world of love within his eyes.
I love you so much. I don't deserve your love at all. You gave me everything. You made me human. For that, I can never repay you.
Damien. Before I could finish, Damien pulled me into a kiss. It reminded me of all the love we shared and all the love we would share together. I gripped onto his shoulders as he held me close. I pulled away from the kiss slowly, looking up at him, still slightly pained in guilt. You forgive me? Ooh! I love this picture. Damien smiled and lifted me up, wrapping his arms around my waist and looking up at me with the happiest and most loving smile on his face.
A lifetime with the woman I love is well worth forgiving you.
I felt a large smile grow on my face, happy tears now painting over my cheeks. I love you, Damien.
I love you too.
I didn't want to wake up if this was indeed a dream. I felt light as a feather, not wanting to ever let go of this man in my life. There were no words that could describe the emotions within me. I felt joy, happiness, ecstatic, high, all at once. Here I was, with the man I would be with forever, holding me like I was his greatest treasure. The past was behind us. We had a future to meet. And that was my happily ever after. Damien's humanity! That was so nice. I really liked his route. We got some backstory too, which is great. Fill me in on all the lore of this world, if you will. Perfecto! Yay! But I couldn't help but notice that there was no proposal at the end. So maybe that's going to be in Damien's epilogue, methinks. If we keep to the pattern that's been established. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you very much for watching. I love Damien and his route. It was really sweet, and it was nice to have the formula shaken up a bit after the last 4 guys, so appreciate that. Anyway, as mentioned, I'll be doing his epilogue story next, so hopefully I'll see you over there for that, guys. Thanks again for watching, and until then, I'll see you later.